Alrighty, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have the talented, most beautiful Clark Atlanta University alum joining me today to talk about BET's newest, highly anticipated original series, The Porter. Welcome, Loren Lott. Hello, gorgeous.
Hello, you look so good. I have to say it again for the camera. They need to know that chick looks scrumptious. You look amazing.
Thank you. You do as well. How are you?
I'm doing really good. I'm excited for The Porter to come out this week.
Yes, yes. So before we get into all of that, we're going to play a quick icebreaker game, just to pick your brain a little bit, have a little fun.
Okay.
So this one is called Black is Beautiful and Pairs Well With. So as a chocolate sister like yourself, with some go-to things that we go to that we're like, oh yeah, this is going to go well with my melanin skin. So the first one, your go-to foundation.
Fit Me by Maybelline.
Yes.
I know it's a drugstore product, but during pandemic, I had to start finding like ways that I could get makeup faster because I couldn't use my high-end stuff because they weren't sending at the time, So I was like, let me just start finding other things. Discovered Fit Me, let go of all of my high-end stuff to wear freaking Maybelline from the drugstore, $9 at that. And it's better than so many of my other higher end products. I love Fit Me by Maybelline, and it makes my skin look matte and delicious. So
period. I'm right there with you. Okay. Your go-to lip gloss or lipstick?
Okay. So you know what? Since I got it right here, I've tried a lot of lipsticks. I've gone in circles. I do love Fenty. Yeah. I've loved a lot of things, but I've noticed that like my lips peel. Mm-hmm. But with some of them, like my lips get a little peely. Don't even judge me, but I had to go back to the beauty supply and get this from back in the day. The Max, you remember? These were like the first like lip glosses back in the day. Yeah. They actually have they have like rose hip oil in them, and stuff, and they're just like, this has been my friend, like of everything. But this and then Fenty. I've noticed I've been going back to like my simpler ways lately after I've been like in every Sephora, but lately like. I've just been loving the lower stuff. Like, yeah.
I feel it.
So that and I mean, Fenty just has the colors that I love on me. So Fenty's fire.
Okay. Your go-to nail polish color?
Probably this one. It's super natural. And when I do a bunch of things, it's hard to keep up if I'm going back and forth. Like right now I'm on one show that I keep popping back in on. And I need to look the same. So it's just easier to keep like a nudie color at all times. So really any kind of like nudie color, but usually like the kind of see-through-ish, the sheerish.
Look natural.
Love that.
Yeah. Okay. And last one, your favorite color of clothing that makes your melanin pop?
Royal blue.
Yeah.
Royal blue I have a royal blue and all royal blue set. And when I wear it, I can't walk 3 feet without getting stopped constantly. We're just like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. Oh my God. And I was like, royal blue, I see. I need to wear more royal blue.
Yeah.
So royal blue. Yeah.
I love it. Okay. That was fun. So let's get right into the question. So one, I have to say thank you to BET, the cast, and everyone who had a hand in bringing this period piece to our screens. Sadly, I never knew anything about the story. And I know with every episode, I'll learn so much more about these true events in history. So what was one unique discovery you came across while filming this show that more people need to learn about?
One really unique experience that I was having the whole time was that Black people had thriving, great lives outside of white people. Mm-hmm. And I think usually when we do period pieces, like anything like that, it's a lot of like trauma, it's a lot of sadness, or it's just a lot of like what we went through with white people. When in reality, like Black people it wasn't just depressing. It wasn't just, segregation and lynching. And it was actually like Black people were in love. Black people were at clubs. They were dancing. They were singing. Black people were making food. Like we had like Black life. And I loved experiencing and learning more about that while filming this. Like Black people just living Black life, not trauma life, not just like the struggle, but just like Black life. And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So that.
I love that. I love that. And we do need to see more of that. So that's
Yeah.
so in what ways did being on Broadway prepare you for the role of Lucy Conrad? Because we know that you are a future EGOT. Okay. You're gonna excel in all these facets. And I know that they were looking for a triple threat, which is what you delivered. So how did Broadway really prepare you for this?
Broadway definitely prepared me for this because I had to go to boot camp for
Okay.
this to learn how to dance, in the 20s style. And how hard I had to work. I was so sore, but I was so ready to work and to grind and all of that because Broadway is a rigorous schedule.
Yeah.
Broadway is a lot. It's a lot of dancing, it's a lot of singing. And so to be thrown back into that for TV, I was like, oh, I'm used to this.
Yeah.
I can handle all this dancing every day, breaking my back.
Yeah.
Am I crying a little and bleeding? Yeah, but been here before. I was on Broadway. Broadway makes you so strong and brave because you can't let your nerves stop you because once that music starts and the show is going, there is no cut, there is no anything. So I would say being bold enough to even like dance in front of because we had a lot of big scenes with like a lot of extras where I was performing and I had no fear. I was just like, oh, let's come on now. Let's
Yeah.
do it. The show is gonna go on. So I would say it made me brave and it really did prepare me to take on this role head on, like with the dancing, the grind of it, how much work I had to do. I was ready. Like nothing hindered me at all.
Oh, I love that. I'm so excited to watch. My mom's a
It's
music
bliss fire.
and she's had us in the arts, theaters, like all of that our whole life. So like just seeing this, even though it's not Broadway, the show, but it gives me that feel with the dance
Yeah.
and the outfits and the makeup and everything. I know it's just gonna be so amazing. So I'm super excited to tune in.
Yeah, I cannot wait for you to see it. It's gonna be. I
Yes.
hope people love it. I've been hearing great reviews so far. One of my friends in Grenada has been able to actually watch it, and she said, "I started watching this, for you to support you, but now I'm like so invested, and
Yeah.
like I need a season two." And I'm like, ah.
Yes, yes, we're gonna claim that. As a woman with melanated chocolate skin like yourself, I know firsthand how colorism can affect you. It can affect your self-esteem, your confidence, etc. And while it is very prevalent in our Black community, it's also happening outside of our community in different professions and relationships, just so much. So, can you tell us about a time that you've had to overcome discrimination against you, maybe in the industry or even like just everyday life, from dating, friendships, and how you were able to, overcome that and become the woman who you are today?
Well, I would say I was very blessed to be raised by my mom and grandmother who did a lot of empowering. I mean, we can call it brainwash, whatever we want to call it, but they painted my world Black and successful. So not any type of like, not like ghetto, like not like Black for me was elite and educated.
Right.
Everybody, the richest people that I knew were Black.
Mhm.
Every doll I had was Black. Every painting in my house was Black. Beauty to me was Black.
Mhm.
So for me, when someone didn't see that, I just knew that they were ignorant. So I
Right.
just chalked them off
Mhm.
to being ignorant. So whenever, like, of course, all my life there were men telling me that like I was too dark, I was the exception, they would date me because like whatever. And it never actually hit me because I always knew that they were ignorant. And also my mother made it very clear that like my skin was chosen by God. And if someone has a problem with it, they actually have a problem with God, not me, because God wanted me to be this color. He wanted everybody to be how they are. So if
Right.
you have a problem with something someone can't change, then you actually have a problem with God. So I
Right.
was like, well, this again chalked that off to people being ignorant. So I'd say the best way that I overcame it literally my whole life was just realizing like I'm meant to be this shade. This was chosen. This was chosen for me. And if you don't see that, if you can't see the beauty in that, the greatness in me, first of all, you don't deserve to. But
Period.
also you're still kind of ignorant. You still have a lot of the Eurocentric mindsets and ignorances that came with that. And you weren't as exposed, and like I kind of feel sorry for you because you're missing out on some great things. But yeah.
You have never lied with that one. And like as we continue to, I don't know, just go through life, I can't wait for the day when it's like, everyone, okay, so here's what I'm saying. Basically, I hear the question a lot when it's like, who's your favorite dark skin actress? Who's your favorite? You know what I mean? And I'm just like, you never hear anyone say, who's your favorite light skin actress? You know, it's just not a thing.
Yeah.
So I really can't wait for the day
because it's so selective. We don't have that many.
Exactly. So I cannot wait for the day when that conversation is dead and it's no longer like and even though it's beautiful, it's something that we stand in, something that we represent, and something that, you know, younger girls need to see more of. I just can't wait for the day when it's like, Loren Lott, she's bomb. Like, you know, you don't have to connect dark skin.
The end.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I know that you and many other actresses and just people in this industry are paving that way. And as it can feel maybe exhausting at times, just to continue to do what you're doing, because you are just shining a light on something so beautiful, a conversation that needs to be talked about more often. And I know you're going to be at the forefront of when that conversation is just no longer like prevalent, you know, it's just, you're beautiful.
I cannot wait.
It's definitely going to happen. You know what, talking about being a superstar and being in the forefront, I know you're meant to be one, because even when you're not trying to go viral, you do by authentically being yourself. Recently, the most precious video has been circulating the web of you singing Almost There by Disney's first Black princess, Tiana, and the baby girl, that just her expressing, her dancing, the happiness that she just exuded in that video was just so heartwarming and beautiful. And for me, my question, because I also know you do have like like a highlight reel where you were doing voiceovers. I'm like, wait a minute now. After that video and already doing what you just playfully do, has any spark of desires within yourself made you want to get into like voice acting and animated films, or, you know, one
absolutely. Well, my goal in life, my dream is to play a Disney princess. That's my dream. And I actually do that. Like I sing to children all the time. Embarrassingly enough, like I am always, so I've been able to convince children so far that I am Moana, Tiana, Ariel. though I'm Black, like they still buy it once I start singing, you know, and I can sound like any of them because I'm psycho, but I actually do that all the time. So I was actually very surprised that video ended up like so many places. I was like, wow, y'all really like this, like y'all really like this video, because I put it on TikTok, you know, like I wasn't even ever going to post it on Instagram because I didn't think anything of it. It was a moment, an actual moment that I have in my life all the time. So I didn't think I wasn't even going to put it on Instagram. But when other people started, I was like, oh, you're not going to capitalize off me. I'm going to put it on Instagram too and let it pop up on my own page. Hello. Because that happens sometimes where like people will take my video and then they're popping and I'm like,
yeah.
What about what I need?
I'm hollering.
So I was like, I would take it myself. But I would love to play an animated character, anything with children where they can see a dark-skinned girl, actress, whatever to look up to, I think would be fire. Because I know I had that, you know, growing up, my first princess was Brandy. And I think that did wonders for me.
Yes.
I think that growing up, you know, having that representation, I mean, how can I not be confident in my skin when my first Cinderella is dark, not just like Black, she's dark, like
braids. Come on.
Yeah. And then also I was obsessed with The Wiz, and I don't think Diana Ross is as dark as she looks in that movie because it's from the 70s, they're color grading, but like she was dark, you know, like, so the representation that I had was endless, and I would love to have that opportunity to be that for somebody else, for some other little girl, you know, like I think that would just be amazing. I mean, even like in like a petty way, but like when there was a little boy that I worked with, and he's a little white boy, you know, but I was his first crush. And like he didn't, you know, he's not seeing color at that, like that, you know, whatever. And I know that shaped him, you know, for beauty, because I was Black, you know, like that was his first like crush, was like a Black woman. So that shaped how he saw like women and like beauty and all of that. And I love even that. I love like broadening someone's horizons of like, oh, no, include us in there. Like we're fire too.
Yeah. I can't wait for that to happen one day for sure. I'm gonna be front row at the movie theater. Hopefully I have my little chocolate daughter with me at the time whenever
Absolutely,
that happens.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, that would be so beautiful. Okay, speaking of going viral as well, fans of yours know that you killed the influencer game on the web. And as an actress, do you think that, making these TikTok videos and doing these skits helps you to express yourself and get creative in ways that you may not have been able to tap into yet as an actress on screen?
Um, hmm. You know, I will say it does make you a lot more comfortable. Even if I don't really give it credit, the fact that I'm still on a camera.
Right.
You're still seeing yourself. You're seeing the faces that you make all the time.
Right.
So then when it comes time to actually being on camera for bigger things, you know yourself so well that I
Yeah.
think it gives you more room to play, which I didn't even think about, but I do realize that it does add to my comfort
Yeah.
of like being able to fully express, to not worry about how I'm looking, to just fully be invested because I already know. I
Right.
already know how I look all the time, what I'm doing all the time, how this is going to read because I
Right.
see it on the camera on like on my little videos that I do,
Right.
So I think in a way it is all practice.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So you appeared on American Idol and made such a great impression. I think it's ironic that today the franchise show celebrates 20 years. Just as the show has evolved, so have you and your talents. So what differences have you noticed in yourself and skills from that time being on American Idol to now?
Um, from that time, oh my gosh, I was so young. Uh, I was so nervous. Oh my gosh. I would say that I have found my voice a lot more.
Okay.
So back then, you could convince me of anything. They're like, especially coming in, I felt like such an underdog because I wasn't an artist. I was just somebody that they casted because I could sing.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't have I didn't know my genre, like everything that you come in with to play, to compete with. I didn't have. I could just sing. So I always felt like I needed so much guidance. I'm like, okay, well, what? Oh, is this okay to sing? I
Oh,
would go in now like I'm gonna sing exactly what I want to sing. I'm gonna do exactly what I want to do. And whatever I do is gonna be good. So like we're gonna run with it.
right.
Whereas back then I definitely didn't have the confidence to stand in the room and like with my own voice. It had to be someone else's. I needed so much like affirmation of like, oh, this is okay, this is okay, this is okay. I would walk in now like, nah, nah, nah. I know it's okay
Yeah.
because I chose it to be okay. So it's
Right.
okay. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
So I would say after years, I have gained a lot more confidence. I'm a lot more sure in myself. I have a lot more security within. So
Mhm. Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, love it. Now I know you spoke briefly about the reviews and the raves about the Porter because it is so amazing, and I cannot wait for everyone to
did
see
you
it.
get to see the first episode? Did you get to watch
I
some
did.
of it?
I did. That's why
Oh,
I'm just like,
okay.
okay, come on, May 5th. Let's get it.
Yeah.
But I know your fans are very curious to know, will there be a season 2? Like, what can we expect? Like any insight?
There will be a season 2 because I'm claiming it.
Okay,
Claiming it.
period. Yes.
Claiming it. Claiming it. God, Lord.
Yes.
So claiming it. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I know I have a feeling it is. And the reason I
I
said
mean, it's so good. I just hope that people give it a chance because
yeah,
it's so well done. And BT Plus hasn't had a show like this. BT hasn't
right,
had a show like this.
right.
I just haven't seen many shows like this. So like, I know that if they give it a chance, they would just eat it up. They would love it. So that would just be my hope. Like, because
Yeah.
I know that we could get a season 2 if people just like if they watched it, they could eat it up.
I mean, I think I have faith because it's one of those shows that I put up there in the ranks with like Lovecraft Country because
Yeah.
different story of telling about like Black people's lives, the
Yeah.
cinematography, like I said, the costumes, the makeup, the cast, everything. So I just feel like it has no choice but to just succeed. So, I mean, BET needs something like this anyway. So
Yeah. Go ahead and keep this on.
now, before I let you go, can you tell us what's next for you? What are you working on? And also how people can follow and support you.
Oh my gosh, I literally want to tell you what's next so bad, but I just know that I can't yet. But
Okay.
I will say that I booked a small fun role in my first like big movie that's like going to theaters and stuff. And yeah, I've been praying for an opportunity like this forever. So the fact that it's come and I get to I believe I'm like singing and performing in this as well.
Okay.
So like yeah, and I also have a Christmas movie coming out in December, and of course my social media. I have a lot going on there, you know. So definitely continue to support my social media. I make a lot of videos with my best friend Jasmine, and we have a great time. People are catching on and liking us, you know. So that's fun. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Oh, also, I'm on a show called Churchy
Okay.
right now that I start filming this week.
Yeah.
It's this comedian Kev on Stage. It's his show that he has finally had the opportunity to make and produce, and I have a fun role on that as well. So I'm
Okay.
super excited for that. I start this week on that show, so that's going to be really fun.
That is great. Now, wait, you're in LA, right? I
Yeah.
can see palm trees back there. Okay, got it. I love it. Where everyone, make sure you guys tune in and watch The Porter. It's coming out May 5th on BET. The series stars the most beautiful Lauren, and you are playing Lucy. There's Lucy Conrad. So
Lucy
excited.
Conrad.
Tune in, you guys, support, and thank you again for joining us here over at V103. We love you, we support you, so just keep up the great work.